Welcome to the Temple of Flame. On today, Big Black Lights, we take a look at this. And what this is for Mikey B's, it is the pineapple habanero hot sauce. And I had to stare at this ingredient label in shock for quite some time, trying to comprehend that Mikey B finally had a sauce for me. Finally had a sauce that did not include onions. I think there's a mango habanero maybe that is produced by the company that I believe that one does. And a lot of his other ones do as well. But this one happily does not. So we're calling this pineapple. I am not sure that shouldn't say pineapple juice. I don't know, but this is, as you can see, an extremely loose sauce. It is not as pulpy as I would think for regular pineapple, and the flavor profile is actually reflective of that thought as well. Vinegar, yellow bell pepper, habaneros, fresh garlic, sea salt, and citric acid. So, like I said, you can tell this looks like a pineapple juice. In fact, I actually debated making a pina colada with this. And so, if I drank more boozy drinks, I remember back when I was just getting into the drinking game, back in my teens, me and a friend used to make margaritas constantly. He liked tequila. I hated tequila. I still don't actually like tequila. And that was our compromise, because if you wanted to get tequila, there was no way I was going to attempt that straight. I have in the past, to my detriment here and there. And we've got, here you can see it is quite loose. Like, to me, it just looks like pineapple juice out of like one of those metal cans. I don't think that, I mean, if you've ever seen that, you know exactly what I mean. And I don't think it bears much discussion outside of that. You can see there's little bits of pulp in it, as would normally be in a can like that. So let's get into it. What flavor is there is really good. But I'll be honest, this does not have enough density of flavor. It actually is fairly punchy for a pineapple habanero as well. I like what's there. This is not a very sweet sauce though, like hardly at all. Which is another thing that kind of leads me to the juice part of it. Mikey B's, of course, won one of my sauce of the years. And I've been looking for other sauces. It's one of the few companies that's won a sauce of the year. And I haven't done a whole lot of sauces from that company. It's sort of a salty pineapple. I mean, the flavor is quite nice. Salty pineapple sort of thing with sort of a back end, I guess, from the habaneros. A little bit of bitterness there as well. For yellow bells and garlic being in this, they don't read quite as strongly as some of the other stuff. But overall, this is not a very forcefully flavored sauce, I guess I'll say. And that gets to be a little bit of a problem in application, as we're going to do right now. So I got these. This is a new kind of chicken tendy I've never seen before. I think it's called Real Good. Pretty rare that there's chicken tendies on the market that I haven't tried. And I get tired of the other ones. I think they've actually lowered the quality as well of pretty much almost everything out there. There's one brand I like quite a lot. Well, I like better than the other ones. I wouldn't say quite a lot. But it's almost never on sale. So I either have to switch what I'm eating, which we'll be doing some of as grill season gets upon us, or, you know, just kind of live with it. Chicken tendies are super handy though. You can cut them into a salad. You can, if you get the Hot Ones Buffalo hot sauce, that one has blue cheese, I think, sort of mixed into it. And if you combine that with these and then just put that in a wrap, maybe with a little bit of lettuce or something, fantastic. I like it better there than on wings, actually. This is just... the chicken is quite good. So the Real Good chicken is excellent. This one gets my approval. This sauce, though, I mean, you can see it's soaking the bread. In fact, I'll show you. You can see it is soaking the breading. And I'm still not getting a whole ton of flavor out of this. So maybe this is, I mean, it's labeled as hot sauce, but maybe that was the intent. Was to make like beverages with it. And I think putting this with some, oh, that's what I should have done. I should have secured a bottle of Malibu rum and rocked it with this. That actually sounds quite good. I wish I would have done that. You know, half the time I do these videos, this isn't the first time it's happened. Half the time I do these, and every time beforehand, I always think of pairings. Like, what am I going to have in the video? Additionally, I mean, what's it good on? As I'm formulating my impression, I'm forming the written review kind of in my head. You know, where it's going to fall as far as the rating criteria. And so I try it on a number of different foods. And then I think, okay, so what do I want to film? And again, chicken tendies are super easy to film. That's why they show up in a lot of videos. But sometimes I think of something and I have it. If I'm not sure, I'll usually test it. I didn't used to do that. And then I had some stuff in the video and it was just kind of ugh. And I'm like, I can't do that anymore. When I shoot the videos, I want the sauces to be in the best possible light. Even if I don't like them, I still want them to be in the best possible light. So if it's something I'm unsure about or something I haven't tried before, Not everything I've shown up in the videos I've tried. Sometimes the videos are the proofing of an idea. Proving grounds, but if I'm unsure about it, like now, I just pre-qualify everything. This one I did consider either making a you know, a daiquiri or maybe a mocktail possibly. I strongly considered actually. Had I hit on the idea of the Malibu rum, I would definitely have gotten that. So there is a nice, I would say this is kind of between 1 and a 1.5 for heat for me. It's not enough where I would push it to a 2 though. But it does leave some nice pleasant remnants in your mouth. Usually I don't like fruit sauces this runny. That is absolutely a knock against this. I think it's fine for putting on meats. So whatever meats that you might want pineapple habanero or pineapple on, be it pork or chicken, something like that. Or you could grill some pineapple and put this on. That would be really lovely, I think, as well. I would do it after it was grilled. Once you take it off the grill and while it's still really, really hot, just pour a little bit of that on. And then as you wait for it to cool down, it'll heat up the sauce and kind of meld with, hopefully, some of the things that you put on the grilled pineapple, like, you know, maybe a little bit of salt. I think it'll be really nice there, but like I like pineapple in a lot of other areas. I like pineapple on pizza. I don't care who knows. I'm not ashamed to admit it publicly here in front of the entire planet. I like pineapple not only on ham pizzas, but on pepperoni as well. That's right. So the problem with this though is I don't like water, right? I don't like really watery stuff on my pizza. I don't you know, rinse it off in the sink first before I eat it. And that, to me, just going this loose really introduces the problem of flexibility. I think this probably is maybe 2 or 3 times as loose as I would like it to be. And that would also help with the flavor concentration as well. I mean, it's fine for what it is, which is, to me, like I said, a fruit-based kind of sort of sweet hot. I guess more just a fruit-based hot sauce that if Mikey V tells me it wasn't made with pineapple juice, I'm not going to dispute it. But for right now, to me, it seems like this is probably based on pineapple juice because it's just so incredibly liquidy. It kind of baffles me a little bit. Flavor-wise, it is quite nice, but again, that lack of depth, that lack of concentration and flavor absolutely works against it. So, like this is a solid sauce, but I think with a little bit of refinement, it could have been a good to a very good sauce, maybe even more than that. And after doing so many of these, it sometimes gets hard for me to look at the sauce that's there instead of the sauce that I wish it was, or the sauce that I can kind of see it having potential of being. But I mean, for what's here, it's like obviously will have no problem finishing this. And like I said, the flavor is nice. It's just a shame that for me anyway, it's just a shame that it wasn't a bit more of those other characteristics I mentioned. And we'll leave it right there. So that was the Mikey B's Pineapple Habanero Hot Sauce. Now go forth in peace to serve the flame.